Don't forget to check out the Twitch live stream every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Twitch.tv/X underscore UtterChaos underscore X. Now on to your featured video. Welcome to episode 1 of the Week in Review. If you don't know from that intro, I've obviously taken the series over to live streaming on Twitch, but I still want to give you some videos here on YouTube, so they'll just be mainly the highlights. Now, the last time we met, as you see we've advanced a little ways there, was this round of 16 matchup versus Zenit. That was a 3-0 result. The next match up was a quarterfinal matchup versus Watford, and it didn't take long to get the goal scoring started as David Silva buries one 5 minutes in, picking up his first of the FA Cup. And he didn't waste any time getting his second as 21 minutes in, he picks up this one for the brace. Fernando would round out the scoring in the 69th minute, picking up his first of the FA Cup. I pick up 2 assists on the day as we'll advance to the semis. Next up would be Swansea, and as you can see, the 3-0 scoreline continues. Chances to double over Swansea this season, and 15 minutes in, I net the first of the game, making that number 10 on the season. And shortly into the second half, 54 minutes in to be precise, I net this absolute fabulous volley. We will watch the replay on this. So I get a brace for this game, 11 on the season, and that might be one of my best goals of this series. And Wilfred Boney, he earns a penalty kick to round out the scoring in extra time, and he puts it away for his third of the season, 3-0. Then it was time for an international break. Match day 7, taking on Austria for the second time.
Right. Austria.
It's a 1-0 victory.
I don't think they have to win
Previously.
Well,
And Ryan Gauld would get things started off as I pick up another assist. Gauld putting that one away nicely. Then Gauld returns the favor as I smash one with the left foot from just outside the box to double the score 14 minutes in. Liam Bridcut would get his way onto the score sheet in the first half, making it 3-0 going into halftime. Bridcut picking up his first of the Euros. And then Christie would round out scoring in the second half for a 4-0 victory. And then on to face England, match day 8. It would be another victory for us. England had the best opportunity, but nothing really till the second half. Harry Kane lost this ball in, punched away by Marshall. And John Stones has a chance, but it's blocked by Bridcut. The other rebound blocked out for a goal kick. And then in the 78th minute, a great cross from, I believe it's Griffiths, puts this into the back of the net. That's my 4th of the Euros, good enough for a 1-0 victory. So then we moved into the month of April and got things started off in the Premier League versus Crystal Palace. Now, one of the games that was played before I arrived at Manchester City, and it was a loss at that, but we would turn things in our favor this time. 21 minutes in, I net number 12 on the season, 4th straight game scoring in. Aguero would double the advantage in the 35th minute, getting his 3rd of the season. And Wilfred Boney would round out the scoring an hour in, picking up his 4th of the season. And finally, the last match of this episode would be Everton, another one of the two teams that I did not get to play with against earlier in the season. And Everton would take the lead. First goal we've given up all episode as Besic heads away the cross from Deulofeu. And then, of course, some bad news. In the 72nd minute, I pick up an injury.
Oh, no.
And we'll just have to wait and see. But it's a 1-0 loss. As now we will scroll into the diagnosis. Out 3 weeks. And as you take a look at the calendar, you see some big games coming up. A draw against Manchester United in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I'm going to miss those. And then possibly the FA Cup semifinal versus Liverpool. But that is going to wrap up the My Player portion of this week in review. Now on to the Career Manager. So the last time we met with the Career Manager series, we had just won our second preseason tournament in a row. And still in the transfer window. The first game we had was the Community Shield versus Manchester City. And the Red Devils got things started off 38th minute. Couldn't quite clear the corner. It's going to bounce around for a little while. And finally, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, a player that we looked at signing, is going to drop it off to the top of the box for Joe Riley. And he crushes one that Price can't quite get a hold of. But our new signing, Zignini, gets his first goal with the club, 68th minute. Cross comes in from Vivian on the ground, and Zignini puts it by to level things up. Then things would stay level through stoppage time, 2 penalty kicks, where there were, well, several saves and several misses. But it all comes down to Luke Shaw, who puts away the winner. Manchester United take the Community Shield 4-3 on penalties. Then next up would be Aston Villa. I believe our first ever meeting and start of the Premier League season. This one was a chippy game as Van den Bosch misses a free kick early on. There are a total of 11 cards in this game. We ended up having 3 men sent off, one of them through red card. But Will Davis will put us ahead in the 62nd minute. And that would be all we would need. It's a 1-0 victory to start off the Premier League season. Up next, still at home, this time versus Leicester. And, of course, we had to make a few changes there, and we were worried about Musa and Vardy with their speed up top. Mahrez still on the squad as well. But the unlikeliest of heroes, it's Oliveira, the center back, heading home this corner in the 41st minute. That gave Leicester all they would need. We go down 1-0. But then just what the doctor ordered, Rochdale up in the second round of the EFL Cup. Of course, this is a local derby. Abraham gets his first goal of the season on a penalty, 33rd minute. Carter would double the advantage in the 55th minute, netting this one. Iteke picking up the assist there. Then Van den Bosch, with his first touch of the game, takes the back heel from Abraham, slots it home, 3-0 at this point, 75th minute. And I thought we were going to get away giving Jablonski a clean sheet on his debut, but no. Some nice passing from the visitors, and Camps belts home this cross to make the final 3-1. But that'll take us into the month of September, where have Southampton on the first day. Both teams nearly netting one in the first half, but hitting the crossbar. Will Davis would open up the scoring, getting his second of the season in the 64th minute. A nice ball through there from Vivian.
Gives us the 1-0 lead.
But we couldn't hold off Southampton. And unlikely, once again, Funes Mori with the header off this cross. And we'll have to settle for a draw at 1-1. With a bit of a break, we then move forward to face Newcastle at home. And once again, Vivian hits a crossbar. And Van den Bosch can't quite put away the rebounding ball there. Vivian comes close again, but is denied. And then in the dying seconds, Perez sends in the shot. Price can't quite handle it, and Sim de Jong is there at the back post to put away the rebound, and Newcastle go away with a 1-0 victory. And we'll round out the episode. First European action for us in a game that actually matters. We face AS Roma. As you look at the group stage, tough group we were drawn in. Real Madrid and Lyon are the other two.
What a group.
And the Italian side would take the advantage with a Paredes goal in the 55th minute. A nice little cross there from Iturbe. Price couldn't quite reach it. But we would draw level 13 minutes later as Brian makes a nice turn there on the defender and puts it back across goal. Nice goal for the youngster. Of course, But that is going to wrap up this episode of the Week in Review. Remember, you can catch my stream live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific. And until, I guess I'll see you in week 2.